Hey everybody, welcome to Star Trek Lexington, episode 17, Piece of the Puzzle. This is our penultimate episode here, guys. There's only one more after this. So, I mean, the hype should be real, and if it's not, get hyped. I am, of course, here with, we're gonna go in reverse order, because apparently the person who would normally be going first is just gone. So we're going to start down there with Zerolon.
Oh, hi. I'm not used to going first. This is weird. Hey, I'm Zerolon. You can find me on YouTube at Cozy Cat Games. I actually have videos there now. We played Azul. It was amazing. We're going to be filming again tomorrow. Yeah, go give me my wife a watch. Our videos are terrible. We film on a potato, but we'll get there eventually.
Hey, I've seen potatoes run Doom.
Yeah, I'm playing Hank Lanford. And Dapper, because of chat, they've been asking for it. I'm scanning right now, so I'm giving you a scan. So Hank's got to scan everything.
All right, I'll make sure I play the bridge scanner noise. There you go. All right.
Hooray.
So since we're going in reverse order, Necro.
Cool. I'm Necro/Czar, and I don't have a YouTube channel or anything, but I play Ali Gom, which is the security officer. Bird.
Yeah, he's a bird. That's true. All right.
Stupid bird.
I'm Dapper Dinosaur. I run this channel. It's my channel. Although sometimes I let Chet run it. You know. If you don't know who I am, my main channel is Dapper Dinosaur. If you find the green Tyrannosaurus Rex who has the coding tutorials, wrong guy. I'm the brownish Ceratosaurus who does anti-creationism stuff. So that's me. I am the game mom here, so I'm running the game. If this is your first time, although if it's your first time, maybe don't start with episode 17. It's
No.
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, watch this episode, but then go watch the other ones.
Right, yeah, maybe then go back to, like, episode 1. Or, heck, you can go back to Star Trek Prelude, which is the prequel to this, which is already the prequel to a much longer upcoming campaign. But anyway,
Oops, all prequels. My name is Jordan. I run Reason to Doubt, which is a channel on skepticism. I wear bow ties there, too. And I'm sick today, so if I don't look super happy, it's not because I'm not having a good time. It's because I feel great. Not great. Apparently, Dr. Trika didn't do her job.
How dare she?
I gave him an STD for testing.
You gave me an STD to test it? Like to test the STD? That's fair. So it's to get me in the sick bay more often. So I play Captain Hawk, the commander of the Lexington, who maybe has a thing with Dr. Tregan. You know.
There's not a whole lot of maybe about it, but okay.
What's the maybe? I'm hurt.
Craig.
Hello, I am Craig McNeil. I run my YouTube channel known as FTFE, where I argue with some of the dumbest people on the planet. I'm taking a bit of a pivot into attacking apologetics and creationists and stuff as well. Recently was in New Jersey. I survived America, survived meeting Witsit face to face. I didn't even take face protection. I was quite brave, but he didn't spit at me. You can find my 2 live debates on Modern Day Debates. But yeah, check me out over on FTFE, and find me an X with FTFE. I play Commander Shelby, the Chief Engineer of the Lexington, and I cannot wait to see where this goes.
You know, Craig, if you're going to start doing Young Earth creationism, you have to pass through the rite of passage of debating Kent Hovind. That's just the rule.
Yes, I already have asked James to set that up.
No, you don't. It's not necessary.
No one has.
In fact, I've suggested James make that one of the debates at the next live debate con. Me versus Kent Hovind.
But that's if he could get Kent to actually leave his cult compound.
Yeah.
Dapper, you've debated him before. Can't you, like, huff paint thinner and put your head in, like, a cement mixer full of gravel and get the same experience?
It's similar, but I come out looking better at the end of a debate with Kent Hovind than I would if I had put my head in a gravel stand mixer
better
thing.
than Kent looks coming out of a debate with Dapper.
I have also debated Kent Hovind, and I have had more unpleasant debates. Like, it wasn't an unpleasant experience, it's just talking to a wall.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
walls aren't going to scream at you. They're not going to call you weird names. I mean, he'll call you a moron, but like whatever.
Right.
Will it be plausible for Craig to go to Dinosaur Adventureland and have the debate there?
I wouldn't go to Dinosaur Adventureland if I were you, Craig. But I mean,
Well,
you
don't
do you.
bring your kids, but you're an adult.
If you go, Hovind will
I
like
do.
show you around and like take you out to dinner at the Chinese place.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you'll be ushered into his Genesis Baptist Church, which was built by volunteer labor with absolutely no oversight or care for building codes or any kind of safety.
He already just flew to and from America, where there's no building codes for planes anymore, so it's probably fine.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'll be alright. You'll be fine.
All right, Tiri.
Pretty sure the Egyptians didn't have OSHA when they built the pyramids.
That's not a good endorsement.
I'm Tiri Rana. I don't have a YouTube channel. The only content creation I do is posting food on Chesh's Discord.
Don't lie. I found your Foot Finder account.
Ooh.
Maybe. If I die today, do I get next week off or?
Yeah. If Commander Chanos dies today, you don't have to be here tomorrow, or I mean next week. And if that's your goal, like if you're just like, oh, I want to kill Commander Chanos, I mean, I'll let you.
Try not to, but who knows what happens.
All right. Well, now you know, guys. If you're done with this show and you're like, I don't want to come back next week, just kill your character off today.
All you see is a sick Jordan being like, "I'm so tired today." Self-destruct.
Captain Hawk just
Eject
If
your warp
I-
core.
Phaser to the
I'm
head.
the engineer. If I'm going, so's the ship.
Ooh. All right, Chesh. Who are you? Who do you play?
Hi, I'm Chesh. I play Dr. Tregan, one of the adults in the room, sadly.
One of like maybe two.
One
the
of
two
maybe
adults.
two.
Are we like the mom and dad of the ship? Is that...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
are you
how
just
Starfleet
are you
works,
just
right?
cluing in on that?
Look, there's
You're the
a
mom. I'm the dad.
there's a reason that when Chesh said that she wanted to be the captain and you said that you wanted to be the first officer in the next game, Jordan, I was like, no, that works. That's a pretty decent combo. That'll work.
It kind of has to be.
Yeah. Just keep everyone else under
tomorrow,
control.
I run my own channel where I'm goofing off, but if you like debates and educational
Mm-hmm.
content, come to Debate Hub. It's DEB8 Hub, where we have experts come on and talk about topics. So recently we had Jordan and Craig on. We're talking about nuclear stuff. I recently had Science Side Up Dr. Maddie coming on and talking about climate change. And tomorrow Dapper is going to be on with Landon and Manya to talk about politics and type stuff. So if you enjoy our political banter, it's more of that. And then
It might be my last
I have
appearance.
Exodus coming up with Dr. Kip and Dr. Josh and Bashanti and Skeptic Circus is coming on. So join us for that. But it's Debate Hub. Debate Hub in the
Mhm.
chat.
And Chesh, but that for all we know, that could be the last time I'm on the internet before I'm disappeared. Is
Yeah,
you having me on
well-
for a political show?
Have you considered that I've heard rumors that Australia is expanding its nuclear program, so you may be able to yeet yourself over there with a job? Jordan.
That would be amazing. Please,
That-
Australia,
Yeah.
call me.
Do you guys want me to try and help hook you up? I know people.
Yeah, definitely.
See, Jordan. If Australia calls you though, it's just going to be a kangaroo on the other end.
Is this kangaroo willing to give me a job? That's
Maybe.
Yeah, it's gonna be Kangaroo
He's-
Jack
he's-
from the
Could be a
movie
wombat.
Kangaroo Jack.
He's going to check with his manager, the
I-
emu.
What's
I prefer
the- what's
kangaroos
the-
from Tank Girl.
There was a Ninja Warriors show that was like 5 kangaroos that was like the Ninja Turtles, but they were kangaroos instead. Warriors of Virtue.
All right.
Sounds like
All right.
Okay,
We
you
have
never watched Warriors of
Alright,
Virtue.
Guys, we got a super chat, and then we're going to
After
start
this.
the game. Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for 4.99 says, "Be polite, be efficient, have a plan to scan everything you meet." That
I
is
feel like
good
plan
advice.
to scan is like is so much part of Lanford's creed that like it becomes part of like the handbook for any officer in that position is just like there's like a bumper sticker that just says plan to scan on like
All
I'm pretty
right.
sure when Lanford's training like every other like junior bridge crew is like, okay, and scan that. The captain hasn't said, I don't care, scan it. Scan it. When the captain tells you to scan something, you pretend like you're scanning it, and you don't tell them that you've already scanned it 3 times.
All right, let's get going, though. So, Jordan, I believe you have a captain's log ready for us that I sent you.
Yeah. Captain's log, Stardate 7185.4. We are en route to the Madrigal system under orders from Admiral Tiri. We've already had our rendezvous with the U.S.S. Takala, which picked up Admiral Stoker for transport to Starbase 1. Long-range sensors have picked up gravimetric anomalies, and I have chosen to call in the skills of Lieutenant Tiri in our investigations. She studied gravimetric tensor calculus at the Vulcan Science Academy, so she should be a valuable addition to the investigation.
All right. So, you guys are currently in warp, and yes, there, Lieutenant Lanford, on your scanner, there is indeed a gravimetric anomaly.
Oh, wow. Gravimetric anomaly. I need some scans on that.
All right. Well, why don't you give me a difficulty 1 reason and science, which can be assisted by the ship's sensors and science. And I should probably click over so I can actually see what is happening. All right. So that is 2 more. That's 3 successes so far.
Regan's just having a rave in sickbay. Got like 3 sets of.
I got like 2 glow sticks dancing away, and one hand doing something important. My other half of my brain is just like
Nice.
dopamine.
All right. So that's a 4 on a difficulty 1. I'll take that.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna
that is...
send you the dopamine song.
All right. So the distortion itself is similar to previous, gravity-type shenanigans that you've seen associated with some of the Tilakal stuff. It does not seem to be particularly strong. It looks like it's the kind of thing where, like, it's probably not going to disrupt nearby systems or anything like that, which is better than some of the stuff you've had before.
I will relay that to the captain, and as per chat, I will ask you, what are our directives?
Yes. Our directives are, well, first there's the Prime Directive, which is always one of our directives.
We ignore that one.
Well...
Yeah, it's more of a prime suggestion.
Do the 3-legged shuffle.
Sometimes we ignore it, sometimes we pretend it's not there.
The only other directive that we currently have, and, we can always add new directives, the only other one we currently have is to investigate the gravimetric anomaly, any connection it has to the Tilakal, and get those scans and reports back to Starfleet.
And don't start a war with the Klingons. Also, people are saying that Dapper, you're a little bit louder than everybody else. If you want
am I?
to go look at that.
He's a 2-meter tall dinosaur. Of course he's loud.
Yeah, he forgets.
I mean, that is true. Yeah, that is true. Also, I'm the GM. I'm the most important one, so I get to be the loudest.
It is actually a little bit reasonable to have the game mommy have a little bit of a louder voice than everybody else.
I turn myself down a little bit.
So, at this point, do we have Lieutenant Tiri? Do we have to pick her up? What's going on with that?
Oh, no, she's part of your science department. We just haven't talked to her before.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this was... I thought this was like an outside source.
No, she's been with you this whole time, just, in the background, because you haven't needed tensor calculus yet.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Well, then I will ask Lieutenant Tiri to report to the bridge so that she can lend her expertise to Lieutenant Lanford.
All right. So Lieutenant Tiri comes up to the bridge. The doors slide open, which of course are directly behind the bridge, which is why the bridge is off at a 15-degree angle because of set design. It's
Sorry,
true.
I asked Landon if he saw something, and he said not yes.
Not yes.
Not yes. That's a good way to answer something.
Not yet, but he's going to. Captain. By the way, I'm looking at scheduling our medical engineers.
Inebriation is not allowed on duty, Doctor.
I was searching on piss.
I just got off and fucking listen. All right. Commander Shelby needs his operation, so I'm looking at scheduling one of those tomorrow or the next couple of days. Is that going to be reasonable?
What are the expected side effects from this particular surgery?
That worst case scenario, his leg stops working. I guess probably.
Okay, yeah, he should need legs tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
That's just Craig's every day. Craig and Commander Shelby are going to be coming closer together tomorrow.
Yes.
All right, Lieutenant Turin, welcome to the bridge.
Thank you, Captain. How can I assist?
Lieutenant Lanford, we've detected the gravimetric anomalies that we require your assistance for. I believe I briefed them to you previously. So, Lieutenant Lanford.
All
All right.
So yeah, we've scanned it here, so we need to get some more information on this.
May I?
You two science folks, do your science thing.
She asks if she can take a look through the scanner, which is, at your bridge console. Basically, she's saying, "Hey, can you get out for a second?"
I will begrudgingly allow
Like
someone
reaching
else
for your
to touch
buttons.
my scanner.
Yeah. All right.
Whilst that's going on, can I use my analytical recall to get some extra information on the thing I saw happening?
So read the thing to me so I remember exactly what it does, so I don't get it wrong.
3 times per session, I can ask the game master for more information regarding data they have recorded or situations they have personally seen. So I saw him scan the.
All right, what do you want to know?
Give me more information. Lanford, what else would you like to know?
So we know we have a gravitational anomaly. We know it's similar to the telecol that we've kind of been dealing with. I would really like to know more about what is around it, since every time we encounter these, there tends to be some reason for it to be there. It's usually around something.
Just so I understand the situation, is this anomaly in the Madrigal system? Or
Yes.
is this like out in space? Okay.
It's in the Madrigal system. So
Yeah, we don't want to nuke another system because we trip a booby trap or something. That we need to know what's here.
So the anomaly itself seems to be in orbit of the Madrigal, the star, and it is between the orbits of the 3rd and 4th planet, and that seems to be it. Is not associated with any celestial body that's already been cataloged, but the Madrigal system also has not been thoroughly surveyed. It's only been surveyed on long-range sensors, so it's possible that it's associated with some kind of Ceres-size object that just hasn't been cataloged.
Is there a planet called Bruno that we don't talk about in the Madrigal system?
Yes.
Perfect.
It's the 6th planet. Just don't mention it. Stop talking about it.
Sounds good.
That song was so good.
The music in that whole movie are Lin-Manuel.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not enjoy the story of that movie, but I did like the music in that movie.
That is
How
important.
many rocky planets are there in this system?
4.
Rocky 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Got it. Just because we may have to survey them later. All right, Helm, plot a course to the location of the anomaly.
All right. Let me get a difficulty 0 con and control check that can be assisted by the ship's con and engines.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Control and con. And I assume helm operations as a focus would work.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Okay, and the ship will give you this.
Nothing.
Nothing. Stupid ship.
Hey, that's your
Did
ship,
we
isn't
manage
it?
to just
Sucks,
get
Steve.
0 successes on this difficulty?
It is a
0
difficulty
task?
0, so we still succeed. It's just that we are not very good at it.
I was trying to get you guys some momentum, but you just refused. You were like,
Yeah,
no.
we accidentally pressed the right button whilst tripping over, and it didn't matter.
It's,
Oh, well. All right, so
We don't want the momentum. We don't need it.
we're going to say that this is a new scene. You come out of warp at the edges of the Madrigal system. And let's see. Let's see. Hey, the shields were down, but now they're inoperable.
Wait, what? Why?
That is a great
engineering,
question.
Yeah,
This is the
Captain.
bridge. Can you
Yeah.
tell me why my shields aren't working?
Working on it, Captain. Stand by. Can I do a check to figure out what's wrong with my ship, please?
Yeah, so why don't you give me a reason and engineering check? This is going to be difficulty 2.
I know my ship talent allows me to add an extra d20 for add 1 bonus d20, so I get an extra
Absolutely.
die for that, right?
Mhm.
And what was the difficulty you said?
2.
2. Right. I'm also going to use my standard electroplasma power system.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Focus, and I will also take momentum to give me 4 dice as well.
All right, so that'll be 2 more momentum. Oh, sorry, I'm going the wrong way with it. I was adding momentum, not reducing it.
Oh, sorry. What am I using again?
This is reason and engineering, and you now have 4 dice.
Reason, engineering.
All right, well, I'm going to gain a threat here. But also, that is, let's see, what is that? 4? All right, so you gain 2 momentum. So, you have determined that there isn't an obvious cause for the sensors to be down, but some of the circuits have shorted out. And in your investigation, I'm actually just going to spend some of that threat and say
Wait, didn't
that...
you say shields?
Oh, sorry, I meant shields. What did I say?
Right, good. Sensors.
Oh, yeah, shields. I'm sorry. But the bad news is that now life support has shut down. All the fans are off. The CO2 scrubbers are not working. And the oxygen generation is also not working.
Oh no!
So we have no
if I-
shields, no life support. Do I still have my scanners?
Yes, so far.
Right, I'm
Okay,
going to
we're
use my
fine.
analytical. I'm going to use my analytical
Alright.
recall again to try and get some more information about what's going on.
All right. So chances are you've previously had problems with things like the telecol, gravimetric distortions, and things like that, causing problems for the ship systems.
Mhm.
And
I mean, just last time it stopped the satellites from charging.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Or phasers and
Captain,
and
we're losing systems. I cannot trace the source of the problem, but remember last time we encountered technology, there was problems with the technology then. We couldn't figure out why. Is there a way to get the ship away from this so I can at least get systems back online?
Stand by. How long until the life support becomes a safety concern?
Yeah.
that is a great question. I am going to...
Are we doing this realistically or Star Trek rules, where a ship full of thousands of cubic meters means everyone will suffocate in 10 minutes?
You have a couple hours before oxygen levels start to drop and CO2 levels start to rise to the point where people are going to have trouble functioning.
All right.
It's
well,
okay.
here's
Only
my,
the short people have trouble first.
My concern is that the engines may experience trouble, and we may not be able to evacuate at that point. That's my concern.
Fuck breathing. What about my engines?
All right, let's just to explore our options here. Why don't Helm bring us back away from the object to see if that gets we can tell when it would cut out, and then at least we can know what kind of threat we're dealing with.
All right, Helm, give me a difficulty 1 con and control, or control and con, whatever, you know what I mean. The ship can help out with its engines and con, but the, what do you call it? The complication range is going to be 3 on this one.
Bum, bum, bum.
So who's doing that? Commander Chenos? You doing that?
Yeah. If no
Okay.
one else is
I
going
mean,
to do
you
it.
could invoke talk. That would be.
Well, yeah, it is a new scene. Technically, you could just invoke talk.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Did you say it's assisted by the ship?
Yeah, the ship's engines and con.
Right. Okie dokies.
Tiri's got to get used to invoking all of the other characters because he's playing a
Yeah,
beluga whale all
I
the
have
time.
to
Come
get
on, ship.
used to it. Though, con checks is the one thing where I probably won't invoke other characters.
Oh, no. There's other stuff where
Sorry.
we can have away missions
what's
on
that?
ocean planets and whatnot. It's fine.
Was that control or daring? Sorry.
Control.
Control. Then I'll do it myself.
Hey, you see Borg Emporia in the chat? I met them this weekend, just gone.
Oh,
It was amazing.
nice. How many
Nice.
Borg implants
Nice.
does Borg Emporia actually have?
They were just Borg implants.
Oh, okay, the
I
whole way
think
down.
Borg needs to inform me how many Borg implants need to be in Craig's character for next session.
Okay, Borg, you get to decide how Borg I am, and contact Chesh to let her know.
I
You
believe-
can give me a percentage.
So,
I'll take a percentage.
I will
Percentage
say,
is fine.
I do think the rules actually have rules-wise, it can be 1 to 3 Borg implants that have actual rule effects. So, yeah. Which
Yeah,
also...
we can associate a number with the 1 to 3 in the book once they give us a number.
Yeah, also that's the thing, Craig, you need to tell Chesh whether or not, like, you have 2 arms that are real arms, or whether one of your arms is a crazy Borg implant arm.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're gonna have to talk to me.
It's one of the more unpleasant things that happens.
I have one success and 1 complication.
All right, so
So,
I am going to take
Probably gonna start.
that complication, and that complication is actually going to be that now the sensors are on the fritz. However, I will say that in doing so, you have gained one little bit of information, which is that the ship's engines do not seem to be affected, and there have been little fluctuations, shall we say, in the engines, but it's always held steady, whereas other systems have flickered in and out and whatnot. So it seems like it's not affecting the warp drive or impulse engines.
Can I do a check to make sure of that? That there's no problems, no instabilities.
I'll just let you know. Yeah, the engines seem to be largely unaffected.
Then this is what I think we should do. Since the engines are unaffected, and in the past we've been able to disable this kind of field by getting to the anomaly and messing with some control room. We'll assume that's what it is. I want to know when I don't know how long it takes us to fly to there, but I want to have twice as much time as we need to get out. So someone should tell me when that happens, and then we should go to yellow alert so we can get more manpower if we need more.
Okay. Lieutenant Turin pipes up and says, "Captain, with the sensors currently offline, no matter how close we get, we will not be able to get any important readings. We may need to repair those before we do anything else."
Communication's still online.
Yes, they are.
Then engineering should prioritize the sensors, but I do want to get closer because presumably this is some object in space.
Yep.
That we're gonna have to
Captain, I will not be able to repair the sensors until the source of the disruption is dealt with. I can't trace the source of the problem. It is the technology that is out there that is causing this issue.
Well, see what you can do, since you don't have anything else to do while we're flying, and the rest. And Helm, get us there.
All right. So I'm not going to call for another helm check. The first one was enough to basically say you can maneuver reasonably safely around. So
is there anything I can do to give us any form of sensors at all, or are they?
So you can get them basically patched up. There's probably going to be the need for longer term repairs, but yeah, you can get them patched up with the difficulty to control an engineering check.
Okay, well, I'm going to also use the I know my ship again to trace the source of a problem to try and overcome it. And I'm also going to use my electroplasma power systems focus. So
I'll allow it.
What am I using, sorry?
Control and engineering, yes.
Right, and what was the difficulty?
2.
Since we are moving towards, we are on our second last episode, by the way, of this one, which means next week is going to be our big be-all, end-all, do we live, do we die? Y'all need to start taking bets on who's going to end up romancing who next time, because next time we actually are going to have time to do full arcs. Whereas this time we just got a quick little, hey, are we fucking? I think we're fucking.
Okay, right. There we go.
Your office or mine?
The ship can assist with a a structure and then sorry. Yeah, we'll go structure and engineering on this one. We never use structure. No. All right.
Oh, good lord.
Wait, it says false ends 3. That seems wrong. What's the
Yeah,
structure
that's
value for
not
the ship?
wrong.
Some
It's
poor
8.
bastard is gonna have
Well-
to try to make Craig's character feel love again.
I don't know why I did that, but it rolled a 13, which wouldn't have been a success anyway.
Yeah. I'm taking the 13, but all right. So currently sensors are still offline. As you approach the anomaly, basically things keep sparking here and there, and at this point the engines actually are starting to get a little bit unresponsive.
Okay, Captain, I'm still struggling to get sensors online, and now I'm having issues with the engines the closer we get to the planet.
All right. Well, we don't know that it's a planet, but helm full stop. So the
It's not a
status of the
planet, it's not a
sensors,
moon, it's a starship.
our sensors are dead, so basically we can't tell what it is until they're fixed.
Am I able to try again to repair them?
Well, you will be able to, but Turin also puts in, Captain, perhaps a probe could be launched. Our communication systems are still up, and that would allow us to receive data from the probe.
All right, make it so.
All right, so he needs to go get the probe ready because you don't have a gravimetric anomaly probe ready, but requests Lieutenant Lanford's assistance down in the probe bay, which is a thing that I'm sure you have.
I'll also send Lieutenant Fritz down to help.
Awesome. Lieutenant Fritz will definitely be a big help. All right, sure. You can give me another difficulty 2 control engineering.
Okay, I'm gonna use my I know my ship and my focus again. Well, that's
Ooh,
better.
that's much better. And you can still roll for the ship, same way.
Someone got that?
I got the ship. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Athens, what you just sent in the Discord is very funny. I just want to. Oh,
Now we
I'm gonna
can't.
send it to Dapper.
Uh-oh. I don't even have a way to check it handy right now. Sorry.
It's okay, you'll get it afterwards.
That's true, I will. All right, so now that the sensors are online, hey, I will assume that the science guys are back up the bridge, and why don't you give me a difficulty 3? Let's see, control and science check there, Zerolon, which can be assisted by the ship's sensors and science.
Difficulty 3, I'll go ahead and spin a momentum for an extra die.
Okay.
Sensors and
Nice.
All right, that is just as many as you need. So there is, in fact, a small device that matches the technological signatures that you recognize as Tillicol near the location of the anomaly, but not actually at the location of the anomaly.
Interesting.
Okay. Captain, there is a source coming from close to the location of the anomaly. Should we check it out? We could send a shuttle over with some engineering and science folk in.
Hold on. So to be clear, what object is out there?
There's a Tillicol object that you don't know what it's doing, but it's not at the same location as the anomaly. However, it is very nearby. Seems to be station keeping.
Ah, okay.
I would like to see if I can narrow our scans down and get more information specifically on this object.
Well,
What
I
are we
have
looking at?
got our
Well-
sensors working.
Yeah, your sensors are fancy and give you like a free. You can just ask for more information from the GM question.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We need more information. What is this thing?
That is too broad, and I would just be repeating the same answer I already gave you. So if you could narrow that a little bit.
Is this a ship? Is this a facility of some sort?
Is it organic or is it
Am
not
I getting energy
organic?
readings from this? Is it active?
All right.
Is it a vegetable? Is it a
How
mineral?
big is it?
Is Stephen Hawking floating around out there and he's
In a
huge?
bread box.
All right, it is.
Are we able to?
Is it a
yeah.
small white nondescript teapot?
Is it a Tesla that was launched into space eons ago?
No, that got nuked. That got nuked as soon as the Federation took over. You can't have Nazi paraphernalia floating
Nazi
around.
symbolism in our solar system.
Yep. No swastikars.
No, the Nazis built good cars.
Yeah, the swastika can't be in space.
All right.
The Nazis built good cars.
I
Says
mean-
the German.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. That's what makes it funny.
All right, so
He's
I
also
will,
like, yeah, I'm gonna say this thing and then eat ice cream. What
far
are you
as-
gonna do about it?
as far as whether it is a ship, it is a little bit difficult to discern. You know it definitely has the ability to change its location in space because it is station keeping in a place that is not like a Lagrange point for this orbit, while still staying close to the orbiting anomaly. So, but you also don't detect like interior livable spaces, like corridors or like a bridge or anything like that. So it might be a probe, but it might also
Okay,
just be a ship, and you just can't detect the interior spaces.
So,
Can
so
we-
fun fact, chat, I only know what a Lagrange point is because I was in Dapper's Power Rangers. That is the only reason I would know what a Lagrange point is.
Oh,
I'm going to use my
home on
analytical recall
Lagrange.
and ask for some more information about it. Like, what is it? Can we tell if it's given off particular radiation or any kind of electromagnetic signal?
So it is in fact giving off some kind of signal, but it is aimed into the anomaly, not away from the anomaly.
Interesting. Okay, Captain, the whatever's out there appears to be typical of nature and is directing some kind of radiation or electromagnetic signal towards the gravimetric anomaly.
All right. My concern with sending a shuttle is now that the engines are being affected and the shuttle has worse engines, I don't want them getting trapped. Would we be able to tractor beam them back from the distance we are if we were to send a shuttle?
Well, aren't we about to get a probe out to check? We could test the tractor beam on the probe if need be before we send a shuttle out.
It's a good idea. Make it so.
All right.
Okay, how is our new lieutenant getting on with their probe?
The probe is basically ready to go. So yeah, if you want to fire a probe, well, let's just do it.
All right, Captain, on your
Let's probe it.
order, the probe is ready to be launched. Lieutenant Lamford should have the controls ready there.
Manfred, make it happen.
Let's go. Let's probe it.
All right. That since the probes come out of the torpedo launcher, I'm using the torpedo sound effect. All right. So the
Look,
probe is
the difference
away.
between a probe and a torpedo is not that big.
It's
let's be honest.
Look, Starfleet
be
probes.
honest,
Starfleet probes are literally modified torpedoes. They take the explosives out of the torpedo and they put a sensor package in.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. So,
Well,
all right. So the probe is away.
photon torpedo is basically just a shell, yeah.
You are
He's
receiving.
gonna touch the butt.
you, you are receiving additional telemetry. It doesn't seem like it's being disruptive nearly as much as the Lexington, although it is sending back error signals. And by the time it gets right towards its location, it starts to be slowly shutting down. And Lieutenant Turin pops up to say, Captain, it seems like the larger the system, in terms of gross bulk, the more disruption there is. We could only get so far. The probe could get farther. It's possible that someone in a EVA suit might be able to operate the probe manually and repair it in order to get detailed scans.
Can we test the tractor beam, see if we can bring it back first and see what data is recorded?
It is a bit far for the tractor beam, but you can certainly try.
Right, how far away, and how closer do we need to be, and how safe is that going to be?
Well, it's certainly within transporter range. As far as tractor beams, it would be a difficult check, but it's possible.
If it's within transporter range and transporters are still operational, then I think we can justify putting crew in harm's way because we have a way to get them back.
Can we test the transporter beam on the probe first?
Well, we want to repair the probe while it's out there so we can get the data from it. So, Commander Shelby, why don't you, Lieutenant Turin, and Lieutenant Lanford go fix this? And Commander Chanos, why don't you supervise?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. While that happens, the communication officer says, Captain, there's a message for you from Admiral Tiri.
Understood. I'll take it in my ready room.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to split that action a little bit. So, for one thing, we're changing scenes, so the momentum is going down
Have
to 2.
I successfully bugged the captain's room yet?
Well, you have, but also one of the first things that Admiral Tiri is going to do is request your presence.
Oh, so I don't need to worry about my bug.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Plus, I figure you're already spending a lot of time in there anyway.
Heyo.
I'm prepping for surgery right now for tomorrow, so...
All right. So, yeah, Commander...
But also, yes, that's why it was so easy for me to get a bug in there.
It's true. All right, so, yeah, you two are in the ready room, and Admiral Tiri is there, and he says, well, Captain Hawk, I have some good news and some bad news.
Let's go with the good news first, Admiral.
So, Admiral Stoker is now Ms. Stoker. She has been relieved of command, and she is no longer officially a part of Starfleet. So, that is...
I hope she's getting the help she needs.
Well, that concerns some of the bad news. Starfleet is taking seriously her contention that these Tilakal ruins and this Tilakal technology is in fact a threat to the Federation, and so she is being, under escort, allowed to continue assisting with the investigation.
So they've switched her from a position of power to an under observation consultant?
She is officially an advisor, a civilian advisor to Starfleet, is her current job title.
Well, despite my reservations with the former admiral, she did have a sixth sense for Tilakal technology.
That's why we're keeping her on for the investigation, and to continue the bad news, you're the next ship that's going to be hosting our esteemed civilian advisor.
I'm here for that. I don't know what you're talking about.
We already have her quarters ready.
Remember,
we never threw her in the brig or anything.
The good news again is, as a civilian advisor, she has literally zero authority over your ship. She has no ability to take command, and any advice or requests that she makes are subject to your approval.
Captain Hawk will mutter, so basically like last time.
I have a third hand, like... No.
Understood, Admiral. We will accord her every respect she is due.
Question, what kind of escort does she have that we need to be prepared for?
So she will be brought to your ship under Federation security escort. It will be up to you whether or not you would like to have some of that escort team stand by, or whether you'd like to have your own security personnel be in charge of her. And ultimately, the security that... her security will be your responsibility once you take, well, I don't want to say custody, because she's technically not a prisoner.
Or the escort is what you're telling us.
Responsibility, yes. If you would like, we can send some extra security guys with you, but I do think that your security team will be able to handle it. She is just one old lady.
Croc will be able to handle her, no problem.
Lieutenant Croc will be able to supervise one civilian.
I would hope so. If that were not the case, I would have serious concerns about your security preparedness, and I would want to, inspect.
When can we expect Miss Stoker to be joining us?
I would say, so she is currently underway, probably about a week.
Understood.
Oh, so she's not going to go into this field in her ship.
I would like to request, assuming she has had a psych evaluation, yes?
Yes, she has. Right, real quick, Lieutenant Matt the Navigator from 499 says, where exactly did the captain acquire his case of Andorian shingles? Well, we already know. It's the cap.
Who could know?
Dr. Tregan gave it to him as an experiment. During a tryst, apparently.
Who could possibly know?
So, yes, we are trusting that her intuitions about where to go next will be better than chance, because they have been historically.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that. I would like access to her medical records, though.
We can send those along to the extent that they have been unsealed. Her psych evaluation, because it's pertinent to the mission, can be passed along.
Perfect.
She's not the most stable that anyone has ever been. So, and it seems
she's
like
she's been under a lot of stress. It's understandable. We can manage that.
All right. Well, we're going to switch right now to the team that is beaming over. So, first of all, this is going to be a little bit of a tricky beam out. So, I would like someone to give me a difficulty 3 daring and engineering check. You have 2 momentum.
I have a 13.
You're also not here yet because you're still talking to Admiral Tiri. Yeah.
Oh, right. That's right.
I also have a 13, which is why I was waiting for someone to do it.
Craig, I think you're muted. I can't hear you if you're talking.
That's pretty good.
Sorry, I have an 11. My bad.
All right. Well,
All right, Croc. Sounds like you're manning the teleporter.
Okay.
And
What am
Dasher,
I-
I just sent you a message on Discord for how to say my Klingon's full name. Can you
Uh,
read that?
I will get that. So if I click over to it, it will disrupt the production.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, by the end of the night, former U.S. time, I will get that to you.
So Lieutenant Fitz has a 14 if you wanted to invoke her.
Oh,
Yes, she is there with us.
Actually,
That would be
technically,
good.
Jordan, you're unlikely to need to have the captain make any task rolls in the scene, so you could just invoke her, allowing everyone else
Sure.
to stay with their main characters.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you have now officially invoked Lieutenant Fitz. I believe she does now, for that reason, get some kind of bonus.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to give her as a bonus?
Is there a focus that she can get? I
Sure.
don't remember.
1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4. Yeah, she can up to 2 more focuses. So yeah, you can add a
Well,
focus.
then wouldn't you know it? Teleporter ops.
I was going to say, yeah, transporters and replicators.
Teleporter ops. I'm going to change it to transporters and replicators, like Craig just said. It's a little bit more
Sure.
open-ended.
Got
All
it.
right, so there we go. All right. So yeah, there you go. It's difficulty 3. You have 2 momentum, control and engineering. She's really good at that.
All right. I will do 2 momentum and give you a threat so I can roll 4 die.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay. I was just doing the math. Sorry. Go for it. Oh.
Way to go,
jeez.
Fitz.
All right. So there's that.
That's 4,
6. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So you get 3 momentum back. So the transport is successful. So all of you are there. I'm not going to ask you for like an opportunity cost for the EVA suits normally. So in case anyone isn't aware, certain items, if you want them in the game, normally cost you momentum or allow me to gain threat if you want to take them. But because this is obviously you're beaming out into space, I'm not going to ask for like extra momentum for this opportunity cost item. There are certain times where it's just like, that's just an inherent part of the scene. I don't want to bug you guys with it.
We
So-
don't have the budget for EVA suits. Hold your breath.
So normally it's supposed to actually represent you taking the time to go like get stuff out of storage or replicate stuff is normally what that's supposed to represent. So all right. Craig, did you just try to machine translate that?
Yeah, is that
Okay.
right?
It's absolute gibberish.
I
It's
got it from
I mean,
a,
that's kind of appropriate.
I got it from a Klingon translator app.
yeah, those are all terrible. So I'm going to give you the quick
Right.
history of those. Those were trained off of one piece of literature by Bing for basically a span of about 3 months, and virtually no one who could correct Bing ever bothered to give corrected translations, because anyone who could correct Bing was just translating Klingon on their own. So, as a result, every single machine translator you see of Klingon is basically worthless. Yeah.
I'll
Although,
ignore that then.
I will say,
It's fun.
at least the machine translation before it was shut down in terms of like being updated, they did manage to get out all the cockroaches, because the Klingon translation used to be full of cockroaches, because Yeah, it turns out that there's a Klingon suffix, vet, that means that. And, English is full of the word that, but it's only a suffix in Klingon. But the translator was just translating it as like a separate word, vet, which basically just means cockroach in Klingon. So sentences were just full of cockroaches.
So how do you say in Klingon, drone 7 of 12, tactical node 3, species 5008?
So I don't know all of those words. I don't know drone. So I will get back to you after I look up a couple words. All right. So so yeah, you guys are able to beam out there. So let me double check. So Lieutenant Turin is out there. Lanford is out there. Who else is out there?
I'm out there.
All right, Shelby.
Shelby and Chanos.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you find yourself at this probe. In the distance, in one direction, you can see the ship. In the other direction, you can see something that looks kind of like gravitational lensing. The background stars are actually warping, and some of them are turning into little arcs. And as you slowly move through space, some of the arcs start to shift around, like the light is being lensed around whatever the anomaly is. And you can't see what it's being emanated from, but there is in fact a faint little line of some kind of particles going towards the anomaly. And right as they reach the area where the light bending is happening, those little particles seem to themselves be spreading out. And you are, in fact, quite near the probe. You guys have your EVA packs on with little thruster packs, like Spock had in Star Trek, the original picture, or sorry, the motion picture. I can talk, I know English.
English hard.
It is hard. English is a hard language.
It's a dumb language. Yeah.
That's why the next...
This bit.
Technically, if you go by definitions of hard and soft magic systems, English is a very soft language.
Okay. I don't even know what to do with that. But I will say the reason that
Not a lot of rules, but very, very many exceptions.
Well, there is that. I'll say that the fact that English is such a difficult language is why the next game, Star Trek Endurance, all Klingon.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Of course.
Everyone here is learning Klingon, I assume, so it'll be fine.
We are gonna play in 2030.
Actually, Lanford, you're getting pretty damn good at Klingon. You're getting those translations out there pretty fast.
I'm getting good at like learning the sentence structure and looking them up in the dictionary. Beyond that, no, not really. I'm not.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how the dictionary functions better, because I was like looking at it and I was just like, I don't know how to read this.
we can have a get together. All right, so I assume that you will approach the probe.
Yes.
Yes, we are approaching the probe.
So the probe itself is in fact housed in a torpedo casing, but there is an access panel that will allow you access to the computer systems that are interfacing with the sensors on the probe. So once you click whatever and open that up, it's giving basically errors that's saying that a few of the circuits are being shorted out and they can be adjusted, and it should be okay.
Okay, I do that whilst I'm doing it. Lanford, can you scan the probe to see if there's any other anomalies that are happening with it?
Tricorder time.
I can absolutely run a tricorder.
Okay.
What's my role in that? Is it going to be is it controller reason on this one?
So this one, you are floating through space, so I think I'll let you go with whichever one you would prefer, control or reason. And science.
Science? Are you sure it's not going to be like, medicine?
I mean, if you want to roll medicine, I'll let you. Aw, hi, Puck. Little dog.
Oh.
No.
Here. Look at him.
Adorable.
All right, bye, Puck. Then there was like a full screen chat. That was the opposite of what we wanted.
Surprise! It's me. Yeah, Puck's not feeling so great. I don't know what's bothering him. But hold on.
Poor buddy.
There he is.
Aww.
Stinky?
Feel better, Puck. All right.
You doing okay?
So that was a successful check. So right now it looks like what was affecting the probe is just exactly what was affecting the ship, but it didn't start happening until it was significantly closer towards the anomaly.
So there's some kind of inverse square law going on with radiation affection or something.
Mm-hmm. In fact,
Okay.
Lieutenant Turin says that it's possible that the anomaly is actually going into its inertial state, at which point it will charge back up.
Oh, it's not being etherically displaced, is it?
Well, it's possible, but we're not sure yet.
Right, okay. I don't need to do a check for that. The etherically displaced is just one of my focuses. I can tell that straight away.
By the way, I've decided that's what getting high is called for me for now on. It's called getting etherically displaced.
Yeah, you're making me jealous. I'm not allowed to do that. I have a CDL.
Oh.
Tell me you've seen the Witsit memes I'm putting out, right?
Oh yeah, they're great.
Witsit doesn't think so.
But I still really love the luggage one.
Does anyone
He's
care
just
what
replaced.
Witsit
You can stop at wits it doesn't think though.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, did I get a repair check? No, it doesn't look like it.
No.
Okay. So,
What do you do?
this is going to be a control and engineering. This is going to be tough. This is going to be a difficulty 4 check with a complication range of 2.
Okay, well, I am attempting to. Oh, no, that only counts when it's the ship, not with a probe, so I can't use that. But
We have
I'm sure
free
I can
momentum.
use my electroplasma power system focus, right?
I'm going to say no this time.
Oh, you dick. Transporters and replicators, no, that doesn't focus. So, okay. In that case, what's our momentum at? I'm going to use
3.
all of them,
Okay.
which gives me, what, 4 dice?
Yes.
What was the complication range? What was the complication range, did you say?
2.
2. Sorry, I didn't hear that, must have.
No, that's all right.
Uh,
It's possible I broke up.
Complication range 2. I'm not giving you any more threat, that's scary. Okay, then. Let's...
Nothing bad ever happens when I have twice as much threat as there are players.
Oh, Shelby!
Oh, yeah, well, that's not fixing it.
No.
And
no, it's really
actually, one of those should have been a complication because they rolled a 19.
No, it's 19 and 20 on complication range 2.
Yeah, you rolled a 19.
not.
Oh, I thought you said
I
18.
didn't click 2. I thought
Uh-oh.
I clicked 2, but apparently didn't.
Oh, so here's
That's not
what's
good.
going to happen. I'm going to allow you to succeed at cost if you would like. You can succeed on this check, but it will cost y'all. What do you think, Shelby? Is that what you want to do?
What's the cost going to be?
Oh, you don't get to know until after you decide whether or not to succeed at cost. I'm sorry.
Mission first,
Right.
Shelby.
Okay, stuff it. Yeah, cost be damned. That's future Shelby's problem.
This is where we find out we succeeded, but we actually forgot to put, the probe stuff in, and it's still a torpedo.
Or the ship just
Damn you,
explodes and it's just us left
Shelby.
out here.
All right, so what we're going to do is, before we learn about the cost, we're going to switch back to the captain and Dr. Tregan chatting with Admiral Tiri, who says, now, Doctor, the psyche eval has come back saying that the former admiral is not insane. However, she's not the most stable, and you know that there has been instances of Starfleet as well as other personnel being affected by the Tilakal ruins in a way that affected their cognition. We're not sure if it's happening to her. We don't have a way to detect that directly, but it's at least a possibility, and it might explain why she's been better than luck at finding Tilakal ruins. In fact, I mean, frankly, if it were luck, this would be far worse than picking out a needle from a haystack. There are billions of stars, and by right, she should have never been able to find any Tilakal ruins, and yet she has.
I was thinking the same thing, but there's something to be said for her description and my cross-referencing. So DM, real quick. From my understanding, by now, from last episode,
Mhm.
I should have had access to some of that data of the people who had been affected by the ruins, and I should have been able to cross-reference it by this point.
Yeah, so she's definitely not showing the exact same kinds of symptoms as they have, but there are certainly some similarities. Like, she's become,
Okay.
very obsessed with Tilakal ruins, but she hasn't been called to herself personally just transport down to some random planet and, go approach one of, some crazy structure like the people were in the first episode.
Is it so? Okay, back to in character. Yes, this is a concern. I think what we'll do is we'll set up regular check-ins with her, both physical and mental check-ins, with my intern, the Bird 2.0. As well as I think what we'll likely do is it will be in our best interest to be wary of if the Telecol ruins are drawing people to it, then it may be in our best interest to not interfere with them as we have been.
Well,
if they're trying to get us to interfere, then it could be a problem.
Counterpoint, if the goal of this mission is to examine Telecol ruins, then having someone on board who is being drawn to Telecol ruins seems like an asset.
Absolutely beneficial, yes. I more mean to be like, we're turning them on, we're turning them off, we're doing this. So far during our missions, at least, Captain, it seems like if the Telecol ruins are trying to draw us to them, especially since we know at least one of them has some kind of sentience to it, it's possible that they are starting to wear out as they are old enough and they need someone to shut them down.
Well, we don't have the luxury of not investigating them since other species will do it if we do not.
Yes. It's just something I think we need to be wary of.
We'll just keep someone on security with the Admiral at all times so she can't slip away. And we'll use this influence the ruins have over her to Starfleet's advantage.
All right, Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for $4.99 says, has Starfleet ever checked if the metal in Admiral's insignia gives off insanity-causing radiation or something? That's a great question.
Probably, yeah. That sounds likely.
It's like, hey...
No, it's just...
And as promised for a super chat, I've brought my big fat orange cat out now.
Aww.
No, big fat buddy.
Is that cat like another cat? Or...
He weighs 20 pounds. He's a big boy.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
He's a
oh
thick
Lord,
boy.
he coming.
All right.
Garfield over here.
So we're going to switch back to Commander Shelby, who has managed to get the probe working, but in doing so, created some kind of weird electrical path between the probe's innards and his EVA suit, which is now going offline, leaving Chanos, Lanford, and Turin to try to fix that. Because he's currently stuck.
What are the odds that electrical field affects his cybernetics?
Not zero, but also it does seem to be tied to the size of whatever like electrical stuff it's interfacing with. And since his cybernetics are much smaller than even the EVA suit, chances are he'd have to be very close to the anomaly before it's really a problem for that.
So just to be clear, my EVA suit is going offline, so am I now suffocating?
I mean, you've got a few minutes of air left.
I mean, not much.
True. That's why maybe Lanford and Chanos should work on fixing this with a difficulty 3 daring and engineering check, which can be assisted by someone.
10 in that.
Yeah, Shelby, you're gonna die. I mean,
it's possible.
Difficulty 3. You said you have a 10?
I have a 10, yeah, and no focus that would work on that.
Well, I will let Turin
unless our EVA suits are considered ancient technology.
They are not, but the Telecol ruins are.
Yeah, yeah.
But I will let both Turin and Chanos assist, or both Turin and someone else. Turin can assist, this is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I also have a 10, so...
so does Turin!
Shelby's just floating there, like, his thrusters have stopped working, his magnetic boots have stopped working, I'm just drifting away from the probe.
I will do it, and I will invoke my value no one left behind to get 2 automatic successes.
Alright.
I love the support captain in the chat. If he dies, he dies.
Alright.
I guess I will assist.
Turin manages a success with a success. With the assist. Can't talk. Lanford does nothing, he just panics.
I have 4 successes because I rolled really well,
it.
and I spent my my determination.
Lanford is like, well, I scanned it, and you're probably gonna die.
So only that, unless you bought extra dice, shouldn't only that
Only the 7 is going to
No,
count.
it gives an additional
It gives an
die
additional-
that
you're right.
Oh, okay,
counts
yeah,
as
yeah.
two successes.
Yep.
Right.
It does
So-
not
I stand
replace
corrected.
it.
You're right. You're right.
That's one more success than you need then.
Um,
Well, actually, no, it's 2 because Turin also succeeded. So you guys are back up. And hey, Shelby, good news.
Oh,
You can
hi.
you can move and breathe again.
Lanford, why were you scanning me? What was that gonna do?
Well, so we would know next time.
Roll 1 effect.
I was suffocating.
They were fixing it.
I am not buying you around next time
I
we're at the
don't
bar.
get my determination back. Okay.
Now, don't be like that. Come on. Look at all this data I have on the repairs. You love data on repairs.
All right, you can get 1 round if I can read that data. Okay?
All right, I'll take that.
Don't do that again.
All right. Sorry, let me just double check what I have in my notes here.
So I did fix the problems on the probe, right?
Yes, and the probe is giving you information, and it seems that the telecall object is in fact sending some kind of signal into the anomaly. There's some kind of data stream, but just like before, you've had very little success in figuring out how telecall data is encoded. But something,
Okay, well,
some message is being sent.
Can I use my analytical recall to find out anything more about the message that's being sent?
What would you like to know about it?
Is it in a language that we can read, and are we able to intercept it?
So you can intercept it in the sense of record it, but you are not able to currently with your current just sitting with a probe out in space with tricorders, you're not going to be able to read it. But
Could
you
we
can.
have resources on the ship?
It's possible that the computers might be able to give some help there. It's not for certain, though, because you don't have the analytical power to figure out if that's even a thing that's definitely possible. The computers have been, in the past, able to at least partially decode some telecall signals, so it's certainly possible.
Okay. All right, Lanford, do me a favor. Get as much information as you can about that signal and message going towards the anomaly. And we'll try and shunt some of the work over to the computer when we get back to the ship and see if we can figure out what's going on.
Absolutely. And Dapper, you said the information stream is going from the telecall item into the anomaly.
Yes, it is.
Interesting. So it's sending signals in, not
Mm-hmm.
observing.
Right. It is. I mean, it might also be observing. It might have passive sensors. You're not sure. But what you do know is that it is actively sending a signal that seems to have data embedded in it into the anomaly.
Interesting.
Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for 499 says, "I won't buy you around," says man living in post-currency society.
Yeah, but how many times has that post-currency society used currency?
A lot. In fact, in TOS, at one point,
Well, not all of society uses.
Yeah,
like
but
it's like
I'll
some
say-
societies still use it. So.
in TOS at one point, Kirk does ask if someone understands how much the Federation has spent on the training of the crew of the Enterprise. So they expended some kind of resource getting all that done.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
way-
I mean, there's a difference
the way
between
I
resource
imagine
and
it-
currency, though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like they're post-currency in the sense that like each individual has so many resources available to them that they may as well be infinite. But on the scale of starships, they clearly don't have,
True, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's a difference
Way
there
I
also
figure
as
it,
well
right.
is if Starfleet is in fact trading with other groups like the Ferengi, for example, they would
Yeah.
need some kind of currency.
Maybe it could be like this, like on the ship, maybe we're allowed a certain amount of energy credits to use on the replicators. So I'm using one of those energy credits. to
Voyager did
get
that, yeah.
him around.
I'll
Yeah.
also say it is actually part of like Star Trek lore that Federation credits are a currency that the Federation issues primarily for external trade, and they're sort of like like the World Monetary Fund dollars, where it's like you're not going to get a stack of World Monetary Fund dollars, but governments might trade around World Monetary
Yeah.
Fund dollars or whatever. I don't actually remember what the denomination
it's not
is.
you,
But
the individual, having a currency to trade with. It's Starfleet
yeah,
has stuff that they trade and have credits for
Also-
to exchange with other groups.
does seem like the Deep Space Nine crew got like a stipend of Latinum because they always did have a little bit of Latinum to spend at Quark's Bar and to buy Jumja
They were always
sticks.
at Quark's, and Quark definitely
They were
was
all
not working
dealing in the black
post-currency.
market, of course.
I just like to think that when Federation members or
Prohibition.
Starfleet members are stationed in places where currency is still like used on the daily, that they get a stipend of currency in the local amounts.
I mean, that
like, the
makes
local
sense
kind,
when
yeah.
they're on specific areas. So, like, exploratory ships might have, like, a store of platinum, gold, silver, like, just different precious metals to utilize in whatever way they deem necessary. And anything on the outskirts, are the Klingons technically post? Because, like, again, the Federation is a grouping of a bunch of difference, not necessarily like humans and Earth and
Klingons
the Vulcans
the Klingon Empire issues Darsex as their currency unit.
So are they post?
Well, we know for a fact that not everybody on DS9 got money because Jake Sisko did not have money. That was the plot point.
True, yeah, but he did have a really good business sense for barter, so he managed to become a wealthy landowner on Bajor in the span of one episode, starting from discarded
It
trash.
sounds like some Qui-Gon Jinn cheating at dice shit.
No, it was
Also,
all
he
up and up.
Didn't have any money because Cisco didn't give him an allowance. That's his fault.
That's true, yeah, that was...
Stem bolts
I found out something interesting about
self-stealing stem bolts.
So, I found out something interesting about American currency when I was looking up your notes when I was there. There used to be $1,000, $5,000, and $10,000 bills that were in use.
They were
legal
in
tender.
Use.
They were
use.
for like transferring between banks for large amount of monies, but they were actually. I never realized that like you guys printed $10,000 bills.
It was stupid. Yeah. It was similar to that idea that someone had a while back, like
$500 bills, but I think they have been illegal since the 60s or something. And I think
illegal is the right word, but
illegal in the sense that there's actually a standing order that if anyone finds them, they have to hand them into the Federal Reserve, or if you go to a bank or to a supermarket with them, they I don't know if all the cashiers know that, but they are technically ordered to.
A cashier. Here's what I can almost guarantee would happen with a cashier in the U.S. if you handed them a $500 bill.
At a grocery store,
they would assume that you were trying to like pass off counterfeit money, and probably call the cops. Or at the very least, they would be like, "No, you have to pay with real money," and they would hand it back to you.
Which ultimately comes to the same result, just a different method.
And I think there was a big thing that the Federal Reserve kind of minted like a $1 million coin or something stupid like that.
It was an idea that was floated, and it didn't actually. They never actually did it because it was like, "What if we just print $1 million coin?" It's like, well, that would technically solve this problem, but only by like causing inflation.
Yeah, but if we put it in the safe and never take it out, then it's not in actual circulation, and it doesn't cause inflation. Yeah, but then
Star Trek Lexington, come for Star Trek action, stay for dry economics discussions.
Bets in the chat, though, just to give you guys something to do. Bets in the chat. There's gonna be $1 billion coin or like $1 million coin minted that's gonna have Trump's stupid ass fucking face on it.
And Musk's face on the other side.
It'll be
that
will make it the first U.S. coin to officially have a dick pic on it, because Trump's a dick.
Since we're done out there in the probe, can we beam these guys back?
Well,
before we beam these guys back, I want to meet in the room with the captain without the admiral there.
Oh, do you now?
Oh, okay.
Is it the time to do that kind of thing right now? You got some of your crew floating out in space.
You can suffocate out there for all I care, motherfucker.
As long as you get some, right?
Yeah. What are you gonna give me? I do a lot. Listen, Shelby, I do a lot for you. What do I get?
Papers to write and publish.
Uh-huh.
The satisfaction of not killing.
I asked him, not you, gay mommy. That's just more work. I am a well-established scientist. I don't need extra shit.
By the way, Sailor Star Sparrow in chat says, unofficial coin with 2 asses.
Hey! Heads or tails? Ass or ass?
You lose whatever side comes up.
Yep. Nobody wins.
Darth Studica says, wouldn't it mean that they died? U.S. currency can't have someone alive on it, right? I don't believe that's actually an official rule. I think
that's stamps. That stamps can't have someone living. But let's be honest, the U.S. doesn't have rules right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, it has rules in that there are certain things that they will kidnap you for still, but there are no laws.
Join us on
There are
Debate
no
Hub
laws,
for
just
Debate Hub on
enforcement.
Saturday
Right.
if you want political talk.
So, I am going to go ahead and use
And spend 12 threat.
12 threat. That is correct. 12 threat.
Yes.
And the Klingons turn up and just explode us all.
No, however, what I'm going to say is that currently on the ship, the transporters are down,
Well, of course
And-
they fucking are.
Oh no!
and the life support on everyone's spacesuit has gone down. So now there's been some. Basically, here's what's. I'm going to describe this more actually, like what's actually happening. So, some change has happened in the signal that the Tilakal object is beaming into the anomaly, and something has happened in the anomaly which sent out this large spherical shockwave, which has disrupted the probe, life support on the on your suits, as well as the transporters on the Lexington.
Right.
Do the
Am I
shuttles have
able to
transporters?
do anything?
The shuttles do not
You
have
might-
transporters.
All right, can a shuttle? Okay. They need to do what they're going to do, but the ship is going to launch a shuttle to try to rescue them.
I have
Because the ship. Go ahead.
bad news about the shuttles. They have also been affected by the shockwave, and you can try, but they're also going to be in need of repairs.
All right,
I have a
right.
question
Right.
about the
Quick,
timelines.
can I quickly open up my my engineering panel on my suit and try and like bodge the suit to work a little bit?
Yes, but I'm going to get to Chesh's question first, real quick.
The timeline of them going out in the suits and fucking with this, and Shelby almost dying, and Lanford scanning and having a panic attack, and then them
Mhm.
fixing the suits, versus our conversation with the Admiral. Is there time between this change and our hanging up with the Admiral?
No, because that'll
Okay,
make it
that's fine.
complicated for me.
All right.
We're using Spielberg editing here, where like the timing doesn't really seem to line up, but we're not going to worry about that at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to question you. I just want to know if I get my minute and a half or not. If
I
I don't
know.
get my minute and a
And
half,
I'm-
that's totally
And
fine.
I'm pretending that this is actually a directorial choice that is artistic in nature, and not just because I can't be asked.
All right. Well, in that case, feeling the shockwave, we'll return to the bridge so I can manage things.
So, yeah, your sensors are iffy. Your transporters are down. Life support still has a good half hour on it before you need to turn back and actually get that fixed. So, Lieutenant Fitz
And-
points out that it might be the fastest option to fix the transporters.
All right. Could we use a tractor beam?
It's possible, but if it's not very carefully done, it could tear apart the spacesuits.
Okay. We'll use that as a last resort if we have to.
Very last resort, please.
Well, if it's that or suffocating, then we'll roll the dice. But
Yeah. Okay. All right. So while I'm out there in space, can I try and like bodge my suit into working a bit?
Yes, let's get everyone who's out there, give me a daring and engineering check. This is going to be difficulty 2.
Oh.
Hope you guys remember that one engineering class you took at Starfleet Academy.
Do we have momentum?
You have 1 momentum.
But he has no threat anymore, so
True.
I would like to
We
spend
should
one
fix that.
momentum.
All right, roll those 3 dice. Well, that
Oof.
that didn't do it for you. All right.
No.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to switch back to the ship. Captain, I'm going to allow them to take 3 more attempts at individually fixing themselves before they start to actually suffocate. And it's going to require at least a couple successful difficulty 2 daring and engineering checks to repair the transporters enough. And we're going to start switching back and forth.
all right, well, let's get Fitz on that.
All right, so who would like to play as Fitz for the scene?
I have a 13 in daring and engineering, so maybe Trigan should play Fitz and I can assist.
Okay.
I think Croc should do it. Croc hasn't gotten to do anything yet.
Oh, you're right. That's true. We should have Croc do it.
By which I assume we mean Necro. Because Croc is technically incapable
Yes.
of being Fitz.
No, I think Croc
Necro-
should do it. Fuck Fitz.
Necro should like meat puppet Fitz.
Yeah.
I have one engineering. Let's go.
All right.
No.
So,
Hit it with
Kill
a
them
hammer.
all.
Necro, you are officially now Fitz for the scene.
Okay, I will take that.
Remember, she is very bubbly and optimistic.
Alrighty.
And she now has a teleportation focus, which should apply.
Also, I feel like our Commander Chanos is just sinking into oblivion.
That is true.
His couch is named Oblivion.
All right, so let's go. Let's get that difficulty 2 daring and engineering check.
Okay. Daring engineering. It's already set
Am
up
I able
for
to
me.
assist?
Yes, you are.
I'll give a threat or momentum if we have any. I don't think we do.
You don't, but
If
I'll
I'm
take the
tracking.
threat.
I gave you 1 success.
You only
Okay,
need
I
one more.
will roll.
Hey, that's 2 successes, but also a complication. So, all right. I am going
Par for the
to
course.
spend a couple threat and say that the spacesuits are now actually developing slow leaks, meaning that you only have 2 more checks that you can make. So, everyone who is out on EVA, give me another check to see if you can fix yourself.
Captain, or should
Hey,
I be
Lieutenant
preparing a med bay?
Lieutenant Turin actually managed it. So did Hank.
I'm gonna give you a threat for an extra die.
Okay. Well, why don't you just take the momentum?
Because you
Well,
can
I'll take the momentum.
All right. Fine. That works. All right. Well, you also get another momentum back from Shelby, and Chanos is not fixed. But now that everyone else is fixed, they can help him on the next check. So now we're back to the ship, where Lieutenant Fitz is going to try to finish the repairs with the help of the captain, whom I'm assuming is often like that adjacent room that has like the pattern buffers, and he's like poking around in there, and Fitz is at like the actual command, like the transport console with the 3 sliders, and she's like poking around in there with all sorts of multi-tools. That's my mental
I'm
image.
going to be speed walking to medbay, but before I leave, I'm going to ask the captain if I should be prepping medbay just in case and what I'm prepping for.
You're prepping for people suffocating, lack of oxygen.
Hypoxia.
Purple people. Got it. And on my way, I'm just going to stop, look the captain in the eye, take my third hand and put it on his forehead and be like, you need to come to medbay after this.
When we're done.
And I'm just going to grab his face with my other 2 hands. Or else. And then I'm going to go.
I understand, Doctor.
What just happened there? Fitz asks.
Speaking of which, though, Fitz needs to roll me a daring and engineering check.
I still had it on 3.
That's all right, because you just failed twice, which means that you did not succeed at all in this one. But that does also mean that now Lieutenant Turin and Lanford and Chanos can assist in getting Shelby back online, which Turin did not help with. But Shelby, why don't you give me that?
Right?
No, because you'd only got 1 success.
Okay, right. Well, I'm gonna use momentum.
Oh wait, did I get that wrong? Someone didn't come back. It was Chanos who didn't come back.
Yeah.
So Chanos, roll your. It was. I'm sorry, I just mixed up who it was that didn't
All right,
come back.
ignore that roll I just did.
Yeah,
Makes.
I didn't subtract the momentum or anything. Do you want to use any
Do
momentum?
we have a momentum to spend?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Mhm.
Okay, then.
Ooh.
No.
All right.
I think you might die.
Yeah. Chanos is
Maybe.
you're about to take. Let's see.
Stress.
Yeah, you just took 3 stress of worth of damage from starting to suffocate, and we're back to the ship.
And your entire racist life is now flashing in front of your eyes.
Yeah, a little bit.
I
Back-
smile.
Back to the ship, and let's see, Lieutenant Fitz and the captain. Can you guys fix it before Commander Chanos starts to actually die?
Can I
Alright,
use
Captain, can we focus on this one?
Can I use my value of the crew comes first to get 2 successes? All right. I will be doing that instead of rolling.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll just roll a regular roll.
That does it. In fact, that gets you a point of momentum. The repairs are just successful enough that you feel like you can lock on and beam everyone out.
All right, I got them, Captain.
All right, beam them directly to sickbay.
All right. She starts typing that in to do that.
All right. So as it's activated, they start to appear on the transporter pad before they start to fade out again from there. But there's only 3 figures on the transporter pad, and only 3 people make it to sickbay in their EVA suits.
Who's the one who didn't?
Yeah.
Lieutenant Tiri did not get transported back.
Oh,
That's not.
are they?
Okay. When you say didn't get transported, where is she?
That is a good question. You don't know. You haven't scanned or anything. And she has not contacted the ship.
Lamford.
Well,
I'm in
Lanford's in
s-
sickbay.
I'm in sick bay.
So
So are you. So is Shelby.
I'm gonna flip open my communicator and call the bridge and tell them to find me Lieutenant Turin.
All right. So who's going to do that scan?
Oh, Bob Dave would be up there,
Bob Dave.
but I can't be Bob Dave because I've already rolled.
That's true, but Chesh hasn't. Chesh, do you want to be Bob Dave for a scene?
I'm Bob Dave. Let's fucking go.
Yay!
Lieutenant Bob Dave. All right, cool. What am I rolling?
So this is going to be control and science assisted by the ship's science and sensors.
Control and science. Is
Difficulty-
this test roll 1 or test roll 2?
So it's always 2 unless you're assisting. And
Right.
this is going to be difficulty 3. You do have 1 momentum that you could spend if you wanted to.
Astrophysics, temporal mechanics, and cooking. I don't think I have a focus.
Wait, hold on. You just activated Bob Dave, who could get
Yeah.
a focus because you activated him.
Oh
Yes.
my god!
Yeah.
Focus. Search and rescue.
Boom. And if there's somebody I want in charge of search and rescue, it's Bob Dave.
Is Bob
Yeah.
Dave. Let's go.
I gotta
Focus,
say,
search,
the
and rescue.
supporting character mechanic is one of the best TTRPG mechanics that I have ever encountered.
This
I
shit is
love
great.
it.
It works really well in the controlled space of a ship
Right.
because there's more people around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He should have
Um,
made his focus. He should have made his focus finding lost members in space.
Which, by the way,
So
means
task roll,
we have
task
gone
roll
through 2 crew
So do-
support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm tracking it. Test. So we're at 3. Do test roll 3 because you're gonna burn a momentum and then turn your
Yes.
focus on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and complication range is
1.
1. Okay, perfect.
All right.
Good
Well,
job,
that
Bob
was
Dave.
4, 5, so that was 2 more than needed.
Dr. Tregan's the best roller because I always roll like shit.
Plus 1 from
You
the
roll
ship,
low.
So even
Whether that's like
Yeah.
shit, it depends on the system.
The ship
but
also.
yeah, that's.
Oh, the
6.
ship also got. Oh, yeah, that's true. It did. All right. All right. So, Lieutenant Tiri is currently falling towards the anomaly at a rather accelerated pace.
Trin,
Alright,
scan
Cal-
it. Scan it. Scan it the whole way.
Can we teleport her out before she gets killed?
It looks very unlikely.
Well, okay. Answer me this: is she going to suffer injury or die if she isn't teleported out?
Probably.
Then we're gonna try it because why not?
All right.
Is there value to moving the ship closer?
It might damage the ship and kill everyone.
That wasn't the question.
I said I cast
That is
fireball.
the answer.
Okay.
I didn't ask how big the room was.
is.
So let's try to teleport her again.
Okay.
Previously on my determination spend, I rolled a d6 with my veteran talent, and I retained the determination. So I'm going to
Got it.
spend it again to invoke the same value to give it 2.
All right.
To
So-
assist Fitz and not screwing this up.
All right.
Just grab her by the shoulders. Fitz. You got this.
This is going to be a difficulty 5 check. It is going to be
Okay.
daring and engineering. It can
We
be
got threat to work with.
It can be assisted by the ship's sensors and engineering. And the
Okay.
complication range is going to be 4.
Oof.
I'm
Alright.
imagining Shelby like intuitively wanting so badly to go to engineering
Alright.
and Tregan being like, you need a full diagnostic scan. You ain't going anywhere, motherfucker.
You can roll 4. We have 3 dice, 3 momentum, right? So that gets you 4 dice. I've already given you 2 successes, so we only need 3 more.
Okay.
So we could get Shelby's implants on this to raise the complication range even more.
I mean, it's already a 4.
It's rookie
Okay.
numbers.
So I'm gonna
Which
roll
actually
max
means
dice.
Shelby rolling a 17 for the ship is actually a
Alright.
complication.
So that would give Dapper 3 threat to roll max dice.
This sounds important.
Bringing me up to
To
4
her, at
total.
least.
Don't forget the complication range is 4.
Yep.
Yeah, I have that
Alright.
clicked. So
Let's do it.
I'm going.
Oof.
Okay, that could be worse.
All right, I'm going to
That's-
At
spend.
least I succeeded.
That's
You
6
hit the
successes
number.
total.
I spend a 3 threat, and Lieutenant Turin appears on the transporter pad and immediately collapses.
Okay, that's fine, because that's Tregan's problem.
All right.
I'll fucking kill you.
I'm gonna communicator order a medical team to transporter pad 1.
I did my best, Captain.
You got her here. That's all that matters.
So, Tregan, are you rushing up to the transport?
Are the other 3 people stabilized?
Yeah, they're fine.
Mhm.
Your staff has got
Then-
it. They're okay.
Yeah, as long as they are stabilized in a way that nobody's
In fact,
imminent,
only-
like, immediately going to die range.
Only Chanos really was injured at all.
Doctor,
I
I
say,
think
Shelby-
I think I'm dying of suffocation. I'm totally blue.
I say,
I'm
Shelby
doing
and
this,
Lanford are
and then
probably
my
arguing
third
about
hand
whether we
comes
should
out and
take them out of
smacks him, and then
Yeah.
I'll take off. I'll head to purple. It's purple as I go my way.
All right,
And yes, I will go to the transporter bay.
so you get to the transporter bay, and to examine, Lieutenant Turin only to find that what was actually transported was an empty spacesuit.
Oh no.
Motherfuck! Why did you even call me? What do you want me to do with an empty spacesuit?
Well, I
Disinfected.
didn't know it was empty at the time.
Fitz!
She shrugs. I thought I had her.
Oh, you part of her?
So I will say it would not normally be like a typical malfunction for you to lock onto the spacesuit and not also get Turin unless she was already not in the spacesuit, which would mean that something unexplained happened out there in space.
So then
Dr.
Fitz
Tregan
would know that.
No,
Yeah.
but Fitz
Would
would
know
know
that,
that. Fitz would know that.
Okay.
So she goes, that's impossible. That shouldn't be possible.
All right. Well, we're going to operate on the assumption that Lieutenant Turin is out there and needs to be rescued. So, Lieutenant Fitz, return to engineering and repair my ship. And we're going to go to the bridge and figure this out.
I'm going to point out that if
And-
she's been
and to be
exposed to
clear-
vacuum, she's dead.
Yeah, and to be clear, Fitz does say the part that she must not be in the suit.
If
Well,
she's
yeah. Yes, but we don't know that maybe she was teleported away by some
Yeah.
other alien thing. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't
Some
know why
might
we
she
be
wasn't
did
in
get
the
to last time we were around Tilakal stuff, we kind of got teleported to a whole fucking cult. So, like,
Yeah.
So
Also,
until-
people who came in contact with Tilakal stuff have been disintegrated without leaving a trace. So
Until Captain Hawk sees a body or has
Yeah.
exhausted all options, I'm going to operate as if she can be rescued. And do
all right. Well,
I'm gonna go with the captain on the way to the bridge, and on the way to the bridge, I'm gonna say, "Hey, remember that thing that I said that you need to come to bed, Bay?"
I do remember, and I remember I
Batman.
told you I would do it after. It's just a cold; it'll be fine.
I'm counting on my fingers. I'll go back to med bay.
all right.
Am I
So-
being detained? Am I being relieved of duty?
I have a literal thing for this, so if you keep pushing me, yes.
All right. So if you guys are back on the bridge, I would like a difficulty 2, daring and science, assisted by the ship's sensors and science.
Yeah, I will give
Not me.
whatever diagnostics need to be done, and then send anybody back to the
Yeah.
the bridge.
Chanos could use some additional oxygen, but everyone else is fine.
You said daring in science?
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. I'm sure I'm not dying at this point. You know, I'm back. I'm out of my suit.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, you're good. Yep. So you are managing. So you've scanned. I'm going to play the scanning sound. I've downloaded this damn scanning sound. I'm using it.
What
May as well.
what does the ship roll? Science and
Science and sensors.
oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, the 0 is the one that works for us.
Yeah, the 0 is the first one. I'm
All right.
not sure why it now went back to.
It's the
2
character
dice
sheet is
again.
bugged. It's just a thing.
broken. Yeah.
No, if it were broken, we couldn't use it, but we can. It's just we have to remember the bug.
Yeah.
All right, so the ship did not assist, but Lanford, you got it just fine. So what you find on your sensors is that both the probe and the telecol structure are falling towards the anomaly rapidly, and there is no sign of a body for Lieutenant Turin.
Sorry, the
Oh.
probe and what is falling
Yeah.
towards the...
And the telecol object are both falling rapidly towards the anomaly. They'll be entering the anomaly in seconds.
So the
And
thing that's
they weren't
generating
before.
this.
They were not before. They were
Captain,
managed.
So this has
something
ever
has
seen that
changed.
happen.
Yes.
I'm aware something's changed, Lieutenant. Can you be more specific?
Currently, the telecol item and the probe are accelerating towards the anomaly. They weren't doing that before.
Well, now they've
Something is
entered the
changed.
anomaly because
Now they've entered the anomaly.
they are no longer on sensors. In fact, according to your sensors, the only thing that's out there is the odd gravity anomaly. That's it.
Well,
Then there's
that's
still a
unfortunate.
chance.
That's,
Okay.
You know,
So-
someone's dead. That's unfortunate.
Hmm.
These objects have gone into the anomaly. Is this like a black hole or something, or is this more like a wormhole where they might have come out somewhere else?
Well, we know it's a gravitational anomaly because of the lensing. So it could be acting like a black hole of some kind.
Don't we also know that these ruins can generate like wormholes or something, or was that something I imagined?
Well, there was one that earlier was pushing people between realities and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
All right.
So
Let's see if we send a probe through the anomaly
you just did.
and see what.
we just did.
Are we
I
still
want to
receiving any
scan-
telemetry back from the probe?
So as the probe plunged through, you were getting telemetry right up until it crossed into the actual area of the anomaly. I will tell you that right now it does not look like the anomaly has... if it is the size that it seems it is, it doesn't seem like it's likely a black hole. It could be some kind of wormhole.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we get any useful information from the probe telemetry up until before it stopped?
It did keep sending back the telecall signal.
All right. Let's work on decoding that since that's our only lead at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to get a scan on the anomaly and the surrounding space and compare it to my initial scans of it to see if something here has changed.
All right, so I will let you know that as far as the system and the anomaly goes, there are no noticeable changes. Obviously, there's now an absence of a telecall structure, but that was what you were already expecting.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to want a, let's see. So the ship is going to be trying to decode all this. And does anyone have any focuses for things like xenoarchaeology, xenolinguistics, archaeology, anything like that?
I have ancient technology,
Okay.
which I got from unearthing an alien artifact in my backstory, but
That might help. So, what I'm going to be looking for is a reason and science check that can be assisted by the ship's computers and science. But if you think you can help with that, Shanos, you can definitely give an assist, or you can be the primary on it if you think that your numbers are good enough for that.
My reason in science is not really good, but I would assist, yeah.
I have reason 12 and science 3 and have xenobiology and historical medicine.
That might actually be better.
Yeah.
Do you say it's assisted by the ship's sensors and science?
No, computers and science. I might have said sensors. If I did, I'm sorry. I meant computers.
Yeah, I can beat that reason and science number, but not with a focus.
Why is it not working? I'm pressing the button and nothing is happening.
Yeah, focuses are not really reliable, but yeah.
All right, I think Jordan is
Whatever
starting to
you guys wanna
fade, so
do.
we're probably
If you
gonna.
wanna- If you would like to
wrap it up
invoke
soon.
the Trigan, let me know.
All right, will someone make a roll? Trigan, I think you said that with your focus, which I'll allow, that you probably have one of the better rolls on this. So this is going to be, I'm going to say difficulty 3. You have no momentum, and I have 3
There we
right.
go.
All right, nice.
That's
2
good.
success for the computer.
So, can I support her or?
Yeah, go for it. And you can use your focus.
Can I use a value?
What's
To
the
bring this-
value?
Nothing is more important than
nice.
the security of the Federation.
Yes.
Okay. So does that bring the task roll down, or does that give me another?
That gives you 1 extra die that counts as having already rolled a 1.
Or a 2.
Okay.
Well,
So it counts
roll
2
the
successes.
It's roll to 1, it
Two
gets 2
successes,
successes. Yeah, that's fine.
So
But
I
we
have
already
one-
have four successes.
So we already
roll-
have 4 successes, and I'm still rolling task roll at 3, right?
I mean, if you want to give me another threat, you can go to 3.
Okay, so
Just
then it's
roll
2.
2
Two is
and then you get an
normal.
extra
Everything more is you have to spend momentum.
Guys, by the time we're through
Okay.
like the first like couple dozen episodes of the next game, Chesh will have figured out how to take checks in this game.
One day
Nah,
I
I
will
don't
have
think so.
figured it out. Listen, it's not me, it's roll 20.
Okay.
No,
Sure.
it's definitely you. It's
It's
definitely,
definitely me. Don't fuck you.
But
It's
is
all-
it a
You're
it's
task
supposed to have
roll
my
1?
back. What the
But is
hell?
it a
Well-
task roll 1?
No, it's
Right.
task roll 2.
We will we'll get an episode of Alien in there, and we'll all have the horrible boss of trying to figure out how to unequip an item in Foundry.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was not easy.
Ooh.
All right, so that is more than enough. So that is 4 momentum that you're gaining. So you cannot fully decode it. However, there does seem to be some kind of signal that seems to be some kind of activation code that is similar to things you recorded earlier when you were like pressing telecall buttons to activate.
Oh, I should have been
things.
using my infiltration then.
So it seems like it was giving some kind of signal to something beyond the boundary about activating something, which, given the acceleration of telecall things activating, maybe isn't the greatest thing ever.
Is this similar to when we were interacting with the telecall computer in the other dimension?
So it's giving off. It seems like it's using similar coding techniques.
Okay.
I don't know exactly, like similar in what way exactly you're asking, but like there's definitely commonalities there. This
Okay.
is a telecall computer system of some kind sending a signal through some kind of gravimetric anomaly, which may in fact be a wormhole. Which, given previous telecall technology that you've seen, might be connecting to a different quantum reality and not just a different part of space-time.
That was what I was asking. That it's not necessarily sending something somewhere far away. It might be sending something somewhere adjacent.
Yep, this could be a dimensional thing.
Yeah, I will relay that to the captain. While I'm doing that, I'm pulling out my tricorder with my extra hand and I'm medical scanning him.
All right. I think that will be enough to convince Captain Hawk that Lieutenant Turin is in fact dead.
Or at least in another dimension where
Yeah,
there is also still space. With no suit.
Okay. Are the engines functional?
They are.
All right, Helm, take us out. Commander Chanos, you have the bridge. I have to go to sickbay.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Look, Jordan, I think you are actually fading a little bit in real life, so we're probably just going to wrap this up here. It's a little early, but that's okay. Make sure you feel better. My recommendation is, of course, Vicks Vapo Rub and ginger beer, because it's got lots of ginger in it. Go with that. And
Noted.
chicken soup. That covers a whole bunch of the different folk remedies from across various ethnicities in the U.S. between all three of those things. So
I'm gonna go with Dr. Pepper and Hall's cough drops.
I mean, that could also work.
Is it sinus or is
Doctor-
it just is it throat?
Sinus.
Is it hot Dr. Pepper?
All right,
I'll
so
say Dr.
no.
Pepper heated with lemon.
okay, I actually did try the recipe from like the 50s for hot Dr. Pepper. I prefer cold Dr. Pepper, but I gotta say,
It's good.
I added some cloves and some nutmeg because it was Christmas time, and yeah, it was actually a good
It's-
drink. It was not
good.
bad. It was actually pretty good.
Jordan, I
Doctor
think we will-
recommended for sinus and cold, if it is not in your throat, is to have tomato soup,
Oh,
maybe with a little bit of chicken in it, but with hot sauce to help clear it up.
what about
If
a
you're
grilled
worried
cheese?
about hurting your throat because your throat is sore, then I would recommend, if you have ginger, great. If you don't have ginger, then use honey and rice.
Well, this is from a real doctor right now, so this is actual medical advice.
Actual medical
Yeah.
advice.
All right, guys.
Jordan, I think we want to say thank you for sucking it up when you're feeling ill. Because
Yeah.
obviously women will never understand how bad men get the common cold.
Yeah,
But, women just think
Yeah,
it's nothing.
Do you
but
want to
obviously
talk about
us
the
men
number of times
understand.
we've done this stream while I've been on my period?
Yeah,
Four?
but that-
Four?
that's
I don't know.
Not the man flu. That's not comparable.
Wait, I'm okay. I'm
No.
actually gonna guess. Is it 4?
Might be 4.
I mean, based that almost entirely on how long we've been playing. So,
Yeah.
all right. So the plan right now is that we're gonna have the series finale next week. I know that so it's gonna be an all hands on deck kind of thing. If anyone can't make it, we are gonna delay. It is possible that we might have a delay. I know that one person here has to do like a quick emergency move. So if that happens, but right now, the plan is the finale, Crime and Punishment, next week, this time. Stay tuned on this channel. If it doesn't happen, I will probably ask Chesh if maybe she can do a character art stream. Maybe you could do like the Exocomp. I don't know. We've got an Exocomp character, which they all look basically the same, so they're easy to draw because you don't have to ask too many questions. So,
If
yeah.
you're gonna have alcohol with you're not feeling well and you want it to be spicy, do not use Fireball. Use tequila and a hot sauce and do it as a shot.
Call it Diablo.
Okay.
Or a prairie fire.
Well,
And if you're looking for something just to feel better and you don't want to eat a whole lot, do a dash of Worcestershire sauce.
Nobody can say
W
that
sauce.
word.
An egg,
Sure.
a
uh-oh.
raw egg, and a shot of vodka.
The
I don't know how to do
vodka
it nowadays.
The vodka will kill any of the horrible bacteria on the egg. That's a guarantee. By the way, nothing ever said on this show is ever legal, financial, or medical advice. Period. Ever.
Yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
the cinnamon.
All
The
right.
cinnamon is not what you want for when you're
Guys.
feeling sick. You want the
We are-
spice
we are
to help
not-
clear out your
Okay,
sinus.
we're gonna start wrapping
Guys,
up,
buy
everybody.
NFTs.
They're not even
Buy-
giving
everyone buy
roleplay
NFTs.
advice.
All right. Bye, everybody. Have fun out there. Stay safe.